Good evening and welcome to this school year's final edition of the School Zone. I'm your host, Sanna Beek. Tonight we start our final journey with a visit to Hayward Elementary School. The Hayward teachers and students honored their educational assistants with a special EA day. Let's watch some of the special program they held.
I'm Doug Erickson. I'm the principal at Hayward Elementary School. One of the factions of our school is the support staff that we have here at Hayward. And because of many special needs children, we have quite a few educational assistants. The educational assistants are called EAs, and the EAs are very, very important in our day-to-day functions. We have many that work in resource rooms with special ed children. We have EAs that are available to help with children who have multiple handicaps. We also have EAs that help in the lunchroom, supervise the playground, also helping and assisting in our early childhood program. So we have 15 to 20 EAs that work at Hayward Elementary School. A committee decided to get together to help honor these special people. And so we declared today, May 11th, Educational Assistant Day at Hayward Elementary School. And throughout the day, we've been doing some pretty neat things with them. The teachers had all the children sign cards for them. We provided a lunch opportunity where everybody from the staff shared and brought things kind of potluck style. And then this afternoon, we had a 20-minute assembly where we had some songs, we honored them with certificates, and turned to be a real nice day.
I am Deb Schmeichel, and I have only been at Hayward 2 years, but I've been in the district a total of 19. I've done many different things over those years. I started out being a personal assistant, helping a child in a physical capacity and a academic capacity, and through the years I got to work in resource, and then I got to do the lunch program, and I've helped this year with some of the breakfast program and just assist the teachers in any way they possibly need. Today the staff and the school recognized that the school cannot possibly run without women or men like us. And staff today gave us a wonderful luncheon, and all of us assistants got to eat at the same time. Most of the time we eat at such different times depending on our schedules, and it was kind of fun to be all together today. And then the program just kind of capped off the day. And the children got to see us all at once too, to see, you know, in that capacity what we do. So it was a lot of fun to be recognized.
The Sioux Falls School District just finished holding a school board election. Have you ever wondered about the work behind an election? We talked with Bev Chase, Executive Assistant to the District's Business Manager. She will explain how this process works.
To prepare for an election, we have 56 precincts, and each precinct has a supply case. And the supply case is full of everything those 3 to 5 election workers need at the polling place. It has their signs, their poll lists, their stamps, their ink pads, their ink, their pencils, pens, and all of the things that they need to run the election at the polling place. It has an instruction book. Prior to that supply case going out, they actually come to a school, and at the school we give them everything they need in the structure of an election, from election law down to how to put your flag stand in the ground. So we take them step by step through, so that they on election day can conduct the election in accordance with state law and national voting laws. For a school board election, we have to pass a resolution in January. So starting in December, I gear up for the election that will happen in the spring. December, we present dates to the school board and let them choose the date that they want to have for the election, and then we write a resolution to be passed at the first school board meeting in January, because that's required by South Dakota law. And then after they have set the date, then I have to send letters to every polling place that we use, all 56 locations, and ask for permission to use their building as a polling place. Once I receive those permission slips back, then I contact 165 election workers to work on election day. From January to the day before the election, I'm still finding election workers. We need 165 people to conduct the election at 56 locations, and most of our election workers are senior citizens, and senior citizens have some health issues once in a while, and so they can't work, and they think they can work, and then it finds out they can't work, so we're finding replacement workers right up until election day sometimes. If anyone would like to be an election worker, they must be a registered voter, and they will work at their own precinct. Wherever they vote, that is where they would work. And to do that, they can contact me at the Sioux Falls School District at 367-7905, or they can contact Sue Rouse, the county auditor, at 367-4220, or Diane Metley, the city clerk.
The Naval Reserve is business partners with Laura Wilder Elementary School. The Reserve held a special program urging students to lead a drug-free life. Let's watch.
Thank you, Principal Postgate. How are you all doing today? Could you guys hear that? I couldn't hear that. Try one more time. How are you doing today? Woo! All right, that's great. Well, some of you know who I am. Can you guess why I'm dressed like this? Just, what do you think? I'm a sailor, that's right. I thought you were going to say I was a good humor man, but I don't have any ice cream, unfortunately. But yeah, we're all sailors here. We're all part of the Naval Reserve Center here in Sioux Falls, and one of our jobs, besides training sailors, reservists that come in a week and a month and train, is to get out in the community. And we've actually been working here at Laura Wilder for the past 2 years. I think with several of you. I know where are the kids that I've been working with in Mrs. Flaw's class? Are they, there they are over there, okay. And many of you have seen some of my friends and sailors come out here, but I'd like to introduce who I've got here with me today. To my left is Master Chief Dean Johnson, Chief Chad Wagnon, Petty Officer Linnea Hughes, and Petty Officer Elizabeth Moe. All right, well, the reason we're here today is we want to talk to you. We want to bring you an important message. Now, I notice a lot of you are wearing your special dog tags that you got today. And for those of you that can read pretty well, we're going to say this later on, but we're here basically to talk to you about saying no to drugs. Do you know what drugs are? Yeah? Well, you know what? A lot of you raised your hands and some of you didn't. And my own son, who's actually in second grade at Robert Frost right now, I asked him when I was talking about this, gave him the dog tag, he said, "What are drugs?" And I'm like, wow, I'm kind of glad he doesn't know what drugs are, but on the other hand, I kind of think that he should know, so he knows not to get involved with them and take them. So we're here today to talk to you about saying no to drugs and talking about making good choices in life, because as you grow, you're going to have to make choices as you go on. Hi, I'm Lieutenant Commander Chris Rossing with the Naval Reserve Center in Sioux Falls, South Dakota here. I'm the commanding officer, and we're here at Laura Wilder today to present Campaign Drug Free, to help kids make good choices and to say no to drugs. Basically, the purpose of this program, the Department of Defense has authorized the Naval Reserve to basically be the spokesperson for Campaign Drug Free, and our mission is to kind of go into the schools and in local communities and present this message. And we've been partnered with Laura Wilder Elementary School for the past 2 years, and it's been a great chance to get to know the teachers and the kids, and we figured this was a great opportunity to kind of present this message as well. So we're just really tickled to be able to come out here and present the message today to the kids. We had a lot of neat freebies to give away, including these dog tags that have the Campaign Drug Free message of I'm a winner and drug free, be a winner like me, say no to drugs, U.S. Navy. So just a real neat opportunity, and we thank you for letting us come into your school and share the message.
What types of activities are you involved in at Laura Wilder?
At Wilder, primarily we work with teachers in a mentoring capacity, helping them out kind of as teacher's aides about an hour a week. Myself, I've been working with Mrs. Flaw and Mrs. Riley over the past couple years, and it's been a lot of fun to get to meet the kids there. And my call sign in the Navy was Moose. I was a pilot, so all the kids is Moose and call me as such. But it's a neat chance to give back and to help out in the community.
Now, the boy in that movie, Timmy, did you notice that the first two boys he met, Raymond and Jerry, do you think they were good kids or bad kids? Bad, negative, right? Exactly.
Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think Timmy made a mistake?
Initially, do you think he made a mistake by saying, I'll take some drugs? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Until Spider-Man came, right? I'm a winner and drug-free. Be a winner like me and say no to drugs. Now, that's so. What do you think, Master Chief?
I think they can do a lot better.
That's right. All right, everything you got, okay? Here we go. I'm a winner and drug-free. Be a winner like me and say no to drugs. Outstanding. All right. Well, in closing, I'd just like to say again that my shipmates in here are very proud of you, and thank you very much for letting us spend this afternoon with you. I hope to see you all in the future. Have a great summer. You only got another week or two left of school here, and remember to make the best choice. Thanks, and have a great day.
Students at Lincoln High School in the creative writing class shared their own specially written books with second graders at Robert Frost. Virginia Olson at Lincoln and Roxy Aberek of Robert Frost will tell us about this fun project. Then we'll hear from the students.
Hi, I'm Virginia Olson. I teach creative writing both first semester and second semester. And this year, as I've done in past years, one of the projects has been a children's storybook. The requirement was to make it 16 pages in length and then draw, color, illustrate, make it as creative as possible, and then present it to the second graders at Robert Frost. Roxy Albrecht and I had worked this idea out initially when I came up with it, and she bought into it, and we really thought it would be a wonderful, wonderful thing for big kids and little kids to come together and throw a little intimidation factor in there that with the younger audience grading what the big kids wrote. And it ended up being just an absolutely incredible experience for everybody. As it was set up with the reading circles, and then each one of my students presenting and reading, and they had a great time doing it. It took 4 weeks, and I think it was really fun. I don't think in our whole education process enough is emphasized on creativity. It's always the learning and the rote, and to be able to create and present, it just added so much to the educational process. It was just a real fun thing for everybody, and for me to see it. I really enjoyed it. The kids liked it, both the big and the little kids. It was really fun.
What types of criteria are you looking at when you grade these books?
First, I looked at the effort to see how much that they really put into it to make the story worthwhile, to make it interesting, to see if it fit the audience. I looked at how neat it was, that they really tried to make nice pictures and illustrations that would fit, and that the young kids would understand, appreciate. And it was kind of surprising what I thought went over and what didn't. It had a lot to do with how the reader presented it and how exciting and interesting they made their story sound. So you could have a wonderful little story, and their presentation would make it or break it sometimes. So it boiled down to how well the kids presented.
I'm Roxy Albrecht, and I teach second grade at Robert Frost Elementary. And this project that we started, I've done for years, and we took Judith Vior's book, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, and we put it into events in our life that happened. Every event that the child wrote about had really happened in their life, but never all in one day. We talked about good writers take things that really happened to them and just embellish and make the idea grow. So the original intent was that the events actually happened that the kids used. The high school kids wrote a picture book and needed an audience. And we started this about 2-3 years ago. And my class was that audience. Virginia Olson brought the kids over and they shared books. And when that happened, my kids wanted to write a book also. So the Alexander story was a perfect platform to start from.
I noticed your students were grading the high school student stories. Can you tell about what they used to grade with?
They actually developed their own rubric, and we sat down and just had a conversation. When you read a book, what do you look for? And actually, we've done this twice this year, and the rubrics were different. Each one was set for that event, and they looked at, did the pictures match the story? Was the story interesting? Did it have a good beginning, middle, and end? Very much the same things that I look for when I'm scoring their stories, they've picked up on, and they used it to score their stories. And then, of course, the presentation. Did they use expression? Did they change their voice tone? And the last rubric that we used had a total of 20 points and was scored 1 through 5, and it worked out very well. Kids did a little math adding up the score totals.
A visit to the children's zoo. After a long day at the zoo, little George fell fast asleep that night, thinking about all the exciting events that went on that day. Little George woke up, and he had turned into a gigantic elephant. Along by his side was his best friend, little Gracie, which she had turned into an enormous giraffe.
I'm Laura Schloop, and I'm a senior in high school at Lincoln. And for creative writing, we had to do a children's story, and I made mine about a trip to the children's zoo, but mine had a little twist to it and made it, instead of having the kids go on a real visit through the animal zoo, it was about going to see different parts of the world. And the two little children that that went on the trip, they turned into animals themselves and visited the world. We had a month to work on our projects.
Can you share with us what the kids thought of your book?
They enjoyed it. I think I added stickers and stamps to my book to make it a little more interesting, so I think they liked that about it.
Even to this day, I still keep that little green felt hat in my pocket to remind me to sometimes believe in the unbelievable. Yes. Well, do you want to see? You want to see my felt hat? Yeah. This is what I found. Do you believe it? I'm Andrea Thorson, and I wrote The Day I Started Believing. And we had to read it for creative writing, and it was fun. I enjoy little second graders. I got to work with them at Mark Twain. But I think it was enjoyable for not only myself, but hopefully for the kids. Hopefully I didn't scare them too much. But my book is just about a leprechaun, or about a child who who doesn't really believe in leprechauns and magical things, but then sees one and then starts believing. So.
Now, raise your hand if you've ever had just a really bad, horrible, disgusting day. Pretty much all of us can say that. Now, this is a story about a guy who has a horrible day, and his name is Ralph. And so, there are certain parts, like if you've ever had a bad day, like everything seems to go wrong, don't you guys just want to scream? Huh? I want you guys to help me out on this. I need some people to help me scream at this horrible day. I want all of you to participate, even you guys in the back. Everybody, I want everybody to scream, especially you three. All right, so there are going to be certain parts of the story, like this one, where it says scream right here. And when I hold these up, you guys got to scream as loud as you can, all right? Can I trust you guys to do that? Yeah. And then once I flip the page, you got to stop right away, okay? Sweet. All right. Can everybody see all right? Sweet. This is called Ralph's Horrible Day by Kyle Dvorak. One beautiful sunny day, Ralph woke up to find he was 2.5 hours late for school. Good job. My name's Kyle Dvorak. I'm a senior at Lincoln High School in Miss Olson's creative writing class. And we had to write children's stories for a group of second graders that we read to at Robert Frost. And for the way I came up with my idea was Miss Olson, my teacher, told me that the children can be really harsh on people who have kind of boring stories, so I always kept thinking how I can make my story more exciting, and I also wanted to have a story that involved an interaction between the reader and the children. And so I came up with the idea of Ralph's Horrible Day, and basically it's a take on the old theme of a little boy or a girl having just a really bad day and all the things that happen. And it's a humorous story. It has various incidents that occur to this boy all day, and there are special parts in my story where it'll have a picture that says scream, and it just has this picture of the guy, this character Ralph. And what I did was, before the story, I talked to the children to kind of get them comfortable with me, and also to help them understand what to do when they come to that page. And there's several throughout the entire book. And when they got to that page, I told them they should all scream as loud as they possibly can, because, you know, when you're having a bad day and things just keep going wrong and get worse and worse, you just want to scream. And that's pretty much the concept behind my story.
And it says here in my history book, it says One Mean Monkey and Me by Thomas Madud. That's me. So it says here, I live in Africa when I was small, and this is where I was living in Sudan. My grandma's house was 1 block away from my house. So this is my grandma's house. Let's look this. And then I would run there every day. That's me running there. One day I was running to my grandma's house. There was a monkey sitting on the road, and he looked like he was waiting for me. So she came, blew a stick, and he jumped up and down. And then the monkey was gray, and he stood there about 4 feet high. He looked like he made a lot of funny monkey noise, like. And then again he talked. And then he jumped up like 4 feet high. So in my country, the monkey sometimes can beat up a little kids like you guys. Monkey can beat you up. My name is Thomas Madud. I'm senior in Lincoln High School. So this is my last year in Lincoln High School. I will meet the school though. I will meet my teacher, Mrs. Olson. She's awesome teacher in creative writing. So.
Can you tell us about your story, and is this based on a true happen?
So this is a true story. That's why when Mrs. Olson told her that, like, okay, I want you guys to write about a children's book history, and then anybody will just come out with whatever you like to write about. And I'm like, this might be a good idea, to write about it and read to the kids. They might love it, because they might not have heard something like this before. So that's just why I went ahead and wrote this book and showed it to Mrs. Olson. She helped me go through, kind of evaluate it and see if it's what it need to be added and all those kind, and how to put it together. And after that, she helped me put it together. I everything, named the title and everything, and the thing that came in the mind before. So when I was little, that's what happened to me. In my country, it's like burning syrup from here. Maybe some of the kids, they never seen that before or never heard. They just seen the TV or in the zoo, But in the world, monkeys, they're like totally different. They will be so mean to the kids, little kids, and they are like so big. They can beat someone like a human being, like a real human being. So they could be like harmful to you, and they could be like dangerous, to the kids or anybody. You'd be like a really small person. They might attack you and do something like that. So that's why I would just come out and read to the kid, and the kid just love it when I go there and do the monkey sound and read it to them. And some kids, they just come before I go like, can you do it again? Or I just do it, and they say, I can't do it, I can't do it. And I just do it over again. I say, try now. They're like, no, I can't. Will you teach my mom or my brother so they can teach me how to do it again? And they want to know like where I'm from. So I highlight my country in Sudan, and then I give it to them, and I have one of those maps. I have my name in the top, and then I highlight Sudan, so when they go home and show their parents, and then they're like, it's from Sudan, and they see my name there. So that's what I did to the little kid the other day when I went to the middle school. And so that's the whole thing about his story. And so this one, it did happen to me, and it was for a long time when I was a little boy, and I still remember when it happened to me. And so that's one of those things. Someday when I'm 75 years old or so, I might tell my grandkid about this, and they might be surprised, say that's real. And so this is like this book. Other day I gave it to Mrs. Olson, like I told her that you can keep it, and she said, no, Thomas, you need to keep this book here. So I might show it to them, see when I wrote this book and what happened and when, all those kind of stuff. So that's what give me some idea, what happened with their grandfather when he was young or something like that.
My name is Kayla Cox, and I'm in room 201, and we wrote a book called one of our classes' name, which my name is Kayla, so I wrote Kayla and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And the high schoolers came to our classroom and read some books to us, some of their books that they published, and then we graded them, and then we read our books to them. And we went to their Lincoln High School also, and they read their books to us, and we read their books to them.
My name is Benjamin Osheim, and I read a book called Ben and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And it's about me, and I had a terrible day, and then we copied it off. Well, we didn't really copy it, but we kind of used the idea of Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. So
the book you wrote was about something that actually happened to you, or did you just make it up?
Well, it's kind of both.
Kind of both?
Yeah.
What was your worst thing that happened in your book?
There were a lot of worse things that happened in my book.
This is all for this year's Journeys into the School Zone. We at OWL-TV wish you a very happy and safe summer. For all of us at OWL-TV, good night.